broadcast network, AfterBuzz TV. Over 20 million weekly downloads in over 150 countries, and your #1 source for after-show entertainment. AfterBuzz TV, the destination for TV superfans. Producing aftershows for over 300 of your favorite TV shows, interviewing celebrities and showrunners, and bringing you behind-the-scenes exclusives. All thanks to E! Entertainment's Maria Menounos, producer Kevin Undergaro, and internet leader Akamai. Now, let the buzz begin! Step on the stage and hold the floor, 'cause you know we're in this place.
Well, I got some head whipping today from Miss JJ over here. I was like,
you were all into it.
Yeah,
well, you know.
We need a brush. I love
that.
it.
On the floor.
I love the enthusiasm.
Wore it out all over AfterBuzz.
Yeah.
That's my warm-up.
We are just getting warmed up. What's up, Dance Moms, junkies, and welcome to tonight's recap of our favorite after show for Dance Moms. Welcome, everybody. We are excited tonight. We have a packed house for you. We have special guests. Miss Kendall K herself, woohoo, will be in the studio. She and her mom and some collaborative producers from her music video and some co-writers for her music. So it's going to be an amazing show tonight. If you haven't already done so, please subscribe to our channel at YouTube. Hit that subscribe button. Continue liking our videos and always tweet us. You've been amazing with the tweets. You can tweet me directly
I'm gonna sip on that.
Candice _Camacho. Yes. And we've got so many.
Oh, keep telling me how much you disagree, everyone. I'm Christy Olson, and you can hit me up at Christy Reports.
And you guys know me. I am Tony Moore at Lounging with Tony.
Oh, Lounging with Tony. Hey, guys, good to see you again. I'm JJ Snyder. Follow me at J2 Snyder.
All right. Well, Miss Kendall is going to be coming a little bit later in the episode, but first we're going to do a recap, just like we always do for you fans out there. So it was a very drama-filled episode, as usual.
Yes.
So it was the battle of the video vixens this time.
Ooh, I like that.
Yeah. Video killed the ALDC Star.
Say that 3 times.
Yeah, season 5. Episode, I'm not sure how many.
16?
Lot.
2,598,456.
Yes.
That's what it feels like.
I just hope there's more.
Oh, trust me. There's more. There's a whole lot more.
So let's get right into the pyramid.
Yes.
We're going to be talking about that fancy music video a little bit later. We've got JoJo and Mackenzie on the bottom. Little JoJo and Mackenzie, followed by Nia and Kalani. And then we've got Kendall for her amazing music video. Well, we got a picture up there. Oh, I love that.
Heck yes. Salute to the girl at the top of the pyramid.
Yeah. Big salute to Miss Kendall.
Did you guys recognize
Are those
Peyton?
her sisters?
Yeah, I did recognize Peyton.
Peyton was in it too, and so was Kalani.
Yeah.
But we'll get more into that later.
Who's the other girl on the other side?
I think it's Kendall's sisters.
Is that her other sister?
Are also in there somewhere. So I'm not sure if
Maybe
that's
her
them.
sisters as well.
That'll be
We'll
a
have to
question
ask
for
her.
Kendall in just a few moments.
That will be fantastic.
Yep.
And this week, Maddie's performing at the Grammys, which I thought that we talked about that like in episode 10 or something. So I wasn't really, I wasn't really sure about that whole thing.
Oh yeah, because Abby thought she was going to the Grammys, and Maddie was like, "She's not going to the Grammys."
No. Well, Kendall and JoJo are granted solos. Kendall's routine is called "This Is Major" because she's a major player now.
She's a major pop star.
Major
She's a
pop star.
And sort of a majorette theme there with the
Yes.
stick.
It's cute.
that
Yes.
She carried, right?
She always gets the props, you know?
Yeah.
She was waiting for the train girl. She's been the umbrella. She's the props.
Prop girl.
Prop girl. And we've got JoJo. Bless her heart.
Oh my gosh,
Well,
they tied that poor girl up.
I know, because she needs to straighten up, apparently. But she has grown so much on me this season, hasn't she?
She's
Like,
cute.
she's a little. And when I first heard about the straight jacket thing, I totally rolled my eyes, but then I was like pleasantly surprised at like how she executed it at the end.
She worked it so well.
She did. Yeah. I was majorly surprised. And apparently Mackenzie isn't feeling well, which, and I actually found out that she did do a solo.
She did do a solo, right.
But all through the episode, she wasn't feeling well, but she actually looked really well to me. She looked okay. She didn't look sick to me.
She was on her phone a lot in the background.
I saw her Instagramming.
Yeah.
So one of our Twitter followers let us know that she had a solo, but it didn't air, and it was a disco theme.
Oh, cute.
So there's a few pictures of her online.
Yeah.
Did you find them?
I did find them, but I can't put them up here. But I'll tweet them out.
Okay, yeah.
Tweet them out. She had a big afro on. It looked cute.
Oh.
Yep.
Well, I wonder why that
Disco
sucker wasn't
diva.
shown. Yeah. Well, the girls are traveling to Dance Kids USA and play on words with the kid thing. They're going to be judged by their peers, which I'm not sure how I felt about that.
The first thought that I had was like, even like they're kids, and I'm pretty sure they're fully capable of judging one another. Right. But I was just thinking like they're probably also fans. So can you imagine them sitting there going, it's
like
Maddie.
fangirling out.
Yeah.
I think she's wonderful. Like that, I imagine them talking like that into those little things. Yeah. I imagine the commentary is, oh my God, it's Maddie up there, and she looks really good. Look at that turn, it's beautiful.
She's still getting first place.
It also could go the other way though. Like my dance teacher said she doesn't point well. Or do you know what I mean? Like you never know.
I want to hear a tape from a judge,
because they had little they had a lot of conversation going on. Did they have headpieces?
They did.
They did have headpieces.
Do you think they're like accomplished dancers in the dance world?
They must have. They must have. I bet they were. How did they get chosen for that? And I bet that they were super excited.
Yeah.
It's probably like their mom started it.
Oh my gosh.
You know.
Can you imagine if Kathy started something like that and had little Vivi sitting there critiquing people?
You should sell that idea to Kathy. That's not a bad idea.
I will say that when I saw this, I felt like kids are fully capable because another little Australia tidbit.
Yes.
When we were in Australia, Abby was searching for Abby's ultimate Australian dancer, and during the competition portion, the kids actually gave critiques to the other kids. And when I noticed that, I said, they're fully capable to do that because you know dance just as well as they do, so you can say point your toe here, do this and that. So then they did a really good job.
Is that going to air on Australia as a series? Or was it just something fun that she did?
Don't we have a couple episodes of the Australian tour coming up, Tony?
We do, like a summary.
Don't we?
Yeah, it's coming up.
Like after the mid-season finale, there's a couple episodes.
I think so. I think it's going to air after the mid-season finale.
Yeah, there's a 2-part special. So will we see Lounging with Tony?
We will.
You will see me probably for 0.5 seconds. Remember,
those are going to be
production
good seconds.
They like to do this to me the whole time we were in Australia. Tony, can you and it was always out of the way.
Shot.
Yeah. But I was there, I promise. I was.
We believe you, Tony.
Thank you. I have my picture with my koala.
Oh, how cute. Well, back to the show. There's the whole thing with the different music videos, and Nia chooses to go another direction, and of course Kendall chose to go hers, and I feel like that's great that each of the girls did what they felt like they should do, you know, because they're living their lives and they should do what makes them happy. Did you guys think it was funny when Jill was bragging that she was Abby's new BFF?
That was cute.
That was funny.
Well, because every mom has their moment with Abby, I think.
Yeah.
And this is now Jill's moment with Abby, so. And I feel like the last time we had this moment was when Jill first started and she like bought that bench.
I remember that. She bought the bench and then
she was wooing Abby.
What was she doing? Was she was like sitting on it when Abby came in or something?
Or
she bought some plants too?
Yeah, I don't know. There were a lot of gifts involved when Jill first came in.
Oh, she engraved the bench.
And
that's what it was. Okay.
Trying to get on the team.
But do you guys remember that feeling like in grade school when maybe a certain teacher, you could tell like maybe you were their favorite for a couple days or a couple weeks, like maybe you got an A on the test, like how good that feeling was? That's a good feeling. So
That is a good feeling.
I kind of don't blame her for kind of relishing in it.
I know.
Well, I was wondering about Melissa's reaction.
Her
when Jill
comment.
said that. So I would
Yeah.
like to ask Jill when she gets here if she felt like Melissa was a little bit jealous or not.
About the squeezing the pimples comment. Yeah, that Jill can squeeze her pimples
Abby's
now.
pimples.
Yeah. Yeah, I mean, you do that for your best friend, I guess. I mean, what, Tony? I totally would
I
squeeze
would
my
never.
friend's
You
back
better
pimples.
Squeeze your own pimples. I don't know what's about to come
I
out
don't
of there.
have any pimples. I'm out of puberty. Thank you.
Well, there are some people who got pimples galore, and let me tell you, friends, I'm not popping them.
Right.
Just saying.
Well, you are drawing a line tonight.
There's a line. I don't do pimples or feet.
Ooh, yeah.
Well, after the whole situation, the little drama with the video that I'm sure we'll get to later, Kendall is working on her incredibly high-speed jazz solo.
That would require some energy.
Yeah, it took a lot of energy, and her long legs were just working the moves.
Yeah.
And then Abby reminds her that it comes at a very high price to be one of her favorites, and she's just slinging roll after roll at her, critiques, if you will, relentlessly. And so Jill hopes that Kendall will continue to step it up, right?
Yeah.
And I'm sure she felt a lot of pressure. Too.
She's kind of shoving it down her throat a little
Yeah.
bit, wasn't she? Just,
She was.
kind of like, buck up.
Yeah.
Get over it.
Of course, Melissa can't help but share Holly's Instagram feed about what's going on at Holly's video shoot. So what did you all think of Melissa going right up to everybody with the Instagram photos? I mean, if you were Holly, would you be Instagramming and be proud, or would you feel the need to hold back?
Well, no, I don't feel like you should hold back. This is a very important moment in your child's life, and so you would want to share it, just like any other event you would want to share. So I think that she had every right to show the photos and the process of Nia's video.
Speaking of the photos, the whole section where they were at Nia's video shoot, I thought was pretty exciting.
Yeah.
I mean, wow.
Yeah.
Really cool images.
Katy Perry's hairstylist.
Oh, well, the physical transformation. I felt like I could tell that Nia was
she was like,
yeah.
This is it. Let me put on this new coat.
Awesome. But I thought, it's kind of that fine line between you definitely want to share, you should be able to share, but then you don't want to kind of be rubbing it in people's faces, but it didn't go very well in the parking lot with Jill and Holly.
Yeah.
I don't think it was rubbing it in their faces. It's just like when, you have that one friend that seems to be doing everything and they're always posting stuff and always bragging about what they're doing. You can't be upset with them. That's just, they're excited about it and they want to share it.
That's what social media is for. It's for to promotion, and it's to be excited, but
to vent.
yeah. Well,
Abby's face was priceless when
Yes.
she was looking at the photos. You can tell that she's upset about all of this. She is hurt and she is angry, and her face was just not an Abby face that we see very often, so analytical. And I thought it was interesting what she said about changing Nia's persona too much, and it wouldn't be the same image that Abby would put out for her. The wheels were turning.
they were, yeah. I thought, I don't think she necessarily needs to be dolled up like she was 18, but I thought she looked absolutely stunning, and I thought
fantastic.
that, I thought that she could definitely step into that role.
We have a really cute image of her, Marissa. If you want to pull up the image of Nia, it's with kinky hair. We'll get to it, but she did look pretty amazing. Yeah, I felt like Abby's face, her reaction was honest. I felt like she was threatened a little bit. Okay, look at that.
I think that she's at that age because she's 13, right?
Yeah.
So it's like that age of she's going and becoming a teenager.
She's in between.
It's in between of ooh, she doesn't want to be the cute young girl anymore, but you don't want to be Britney.
It's a hard spot.
But I don't think she wasn't like Britney and the other stars in the way that they show too much skin and were all about the sex appeal.
Yeah.
She was all about the talent. I felt like it was appropriate too.
It was a stylish teen.
What we've seen of it so far.
Right.
Yeah.
And I think the other thing that irked Abby is that Nia's whole video, the set, the name dropping, just reeked of money. Like, you watching that scene, you were like, somebody spent some money on this.
There was a reference to that. Like,
Yes, yeah.
she's
and Jill
pulling in all these
did
names.
make the comment that Abby doesn't have the means to work with the kind of people that were working on Nia's video.
She
so it'll
did.
be very interesting to ask Nia and Holly when they come next week about who's,
Yeah.
Kendall had
who's signing them checks.
Kendall
yo.
had a helicopter hanger.
That's true.
That to me was money. Somebody got some money. Well, Abby said she paid. In,
Well, yeah,
in what
it's
she
not like
invested
Abby
in.
doesn't have money.
$50,000.
So I mean, that's what you do. You invest in.
But I think
someone.
Abby was thinking, oh no, Katy Perry and Janet Jackson, oh, this is going to be so much better. I think that was something that bothered Abby.
I think what mainly bothered Abby was that it wasn't under her. Like
Yeah.
they
Yeah,
went,
I mean,
She couldn't
they went a
control-
completely
It's kinda
different-
jealousy.
different-
Yeah.
at its
she couldn't
core.
control
Also.
her anymore. She, she's not self-contained anymore. She's
I mean, not like controlling,
branched
but
out.
it's like she had a vision
Yeah.
for Nia, and she chose to go another way.
Yeah.
And it's not necessarily what Abby envisioned, but like this is.
It doesn't mean
what's
Nia's not
happening.
going to do really well, though,
No, we-
either.
No, but
So
it
she
does
might-
negate Abby's work. And like Abby said, she's put 13 years into this kid. And now, I mean, essentially in Abby's eyes, it's over. Nia is now something different than what Abby wanted her to be.
Well, she hasn't been kicked off the team.
Yeah. Well,
Could that happen?
I'm pretty sure
Everyone's
it's coming.
replaceable.
that's what she says. But Nia has to
Is that
do.
what Abby said to you?
She
Yeah.
said that before. She said that before.
Well, he's got
in the
3 good
episodes.
replacements that he can give her a little list of names.
No.
But I mean, but let's be honest. Do you really think that Nia would have gotten half the attention Kendall got in her video if she hadn't gone out on her own?
Yeah, they were pretty even before all this hullabaloo.
I don't think
They
that.
were,
I don't.
They were neck and neck, the non-favorites. They were both getting crapped on all the time.
Well, no, Kendall's been rising in the favorites for a really long time since the Maddie B video.
I don't think-
And Nia's been the underdog, so I don't think Dr. Holly was going to take any chances.
I think people,
Holly. I
people
love
creative
Dr.
people
Holly.
have collaborations. And if you could say Nia and Abby have been collaborating, and there's nothing wrong with them collaborating for 13 years, her being her student, and growing her and getting her to this point, and
Yeah.
her then taking a different direction.
At some time, you need to move on.
Yeah, and I feel like
mean, not
honestly, I
that-
feel like she's finding maybe her musical style and choreography that is maybe a little more suited to her.
Yeah.
Yes.
Maybe something to be said for loyalty as well, I think. And we're actually going to hear from some of our special guests about
Loyalty.
the chance that Abby gave to Nia to have the same opportunity as Kendall had. So we'll get to
Insight.
that in just a moment.
Hey, speaking of loyalty though, and Kendall's video, you know what I do like about it being a little quote, smaller? I love that Maddie helped with the choreography. I love that the other girls were on set.
Yes.
I love that her sisters
Her
were in it.
sisters, that is neat.
I mean
That's-
that is neat creatively. Like
Yeah.
we're going to see more of like a
I don't see
collaboration.
how you guys think that Kendall's video was smaller. She was at a helicopter hangar. There was a helicopter
No,
in
you
her
know what?
video.
No, we're not saying it looks smaller. I don't think. I just think we're basing that off what Abby said, that I didn't put the money into
Did
it.
she-
that
did
And
she
just
have-
Nia's
did,
video with
right?
all the different scenes and stuff, it just seemed like more.
You mean higher production value?
From what? No, it just seemed like more involved from what we saw, and we saw very little bit of both of them shooting their
Yeah.
videos. But from what we saw, it was almost like Nia's video was a bigger deal.
with the
Finished product, I don't know what we're gonna think.
Helicopter.
Helicopter pad.
That's all I keep thinking.
okay.
Janet Jackson's makeup artist, Katy Perry's hairstylist, Nia's name and lights, different scenes.
Silver
Okay.
undies.
Helicopter.
Okay. All right. Well, let's agree to disagree.
Okay.
Because back at the rehearsal studio, Abby doesn't have many good things to say about little JoJo working her solo with
her
no
straitjacket.
with no arms.
Yes.
For goodness gracious.
Hard.
And she's kind of cracking her whip like she usually does. And Melissa interjects and asks and she says that Abby's acting like this because of all the hoopla with the, is that a word?
Yes.
Yeah.
Okay, great.
I used it earlier. I think that's where you got it from.
Really?
Yeah.
Okay.
Like 2 minutes ago.
Let's all use
maybe
it
5.
tonight.
So she's taking all that out on
Pressure.
her daughters.
She's under pressure.
Yeah.
Abby's feeling pressure again.
Yeah.
She's not as frazzled as she was their first time in LA.
No, but she's in a high pressure. It would be a high pressure situation. Tony,
What?
do you agree with that? Abby, high pressure.
Well, yeah, because now that the building has been approved in LA, like she has something to prove. You know, you can't come in, you know, with a new studio and not have that still winning team. You know.
Right.
So yeah, it's pressure.
Yeah, and
everybody.
all the money she's put into it.
Yeah, it's a lot of money. I got a rundown of it.
And the moms are shocked at how much Holly is posting. Now, if you what's your opinion? If you were Holly and you were all excited about your daughter, you would post
everything. I would post the cable that ran to the light.
I think my chair is sinking again.
Probably. I don't see the problem with posting. You're happy. Everyone has had that moment or event where you just get a little posting happy.
Yeah, and I think maybe what it was here too is that Kendall probably had to keep all of her stuff quiet. She probably couldn't Instagram pictures or video sneak peeks and stuff like that because Abby and the production company and probably the network are keeping a handle on. They don't want too much to get out because then people won't be interested in the episodes when it airs or the video when it finally comes.
Well,
Jill and Kendall probably didn't have the same luxury to be able to post everything they wanted to post. So it's good coming from that as well.
Yeah. Different tactics. Everyone has different marketing things.
Well, what about the tweet Aubrey O'Day made in references to Nia's video?
Not feeling Abby no more. She's saying it out loud.
Now, if she is a trashy piece of work, and she should keep her mouth shut on a regular basis.
All right.
You guys don't work with her, do you?
Twitter.
No? Okay, good. I've met her. She can tweet. I'm sure she's not watching and she doesn't care. But she is a trashy piece of work, and she does not have a positive reputation in any industry that she's worked in.
Okay.
And I don't think that her disapproving of Abby or Abby's behavior is going to hold weight with anyone. It certainly doesn't hold weight with me.
I just think you should.
How do you really feel?
Wow.
Yeah.
Wow.
Right?
You, Christy, really need to get a little bit more opinionated. I'm just not really sure how you feel about Aubrey. So
It was mean. It was mean, and I don't think we need to take this whole thing into that realm with Nia and Kendall. We really don't,
because it's not about the girls. They're not competing. They really both want to do this, and it's their passion, and they both got opportunities. So celebrate it at that.
There's no trophy being given out.
Yeah,
at
and
the awards,
I just feel like what happened to if you can't say anything nice, don't say anything at all. That's the mama. Bring it back. That's the mama coming out in me.
That has been the theme all week.
We're going to bring it back. We're going to bring it back with this show, actually, you guys.
But, you know, at the end of the day, I think that everyone just needs to be proud of these two young girls going after another dream of theirs, you know, and realizing that this is another opportunity for them. And that's what it's really about. And everyone should just support one another without all the extra drama and just be happy.
Just be happy for one another.
Wouldn't that be a different show, though?
I don't know. It may be a better show.
It sounds like a good show to me. But
the girls are happy for each other. It's just all this external stuff going on.
I'm pretty sure Brittany was happy for Christina and vice versa.
They were best friends in the Mickey Mouse Club, guys.
Yeah.
Yeah,
and it was two
and Justin,
different. Yeah,
he
it was two
happy.
different marketing. You know, Brittany was like bubblegum, wholesome, sweet. They tried to do Christina like that. Christina said, and then she took off all her clothes. And we bought it.
Oh, Christina got really naughty for a couple years there. Do you remember that?
Yeah.
With those pants with the holes in them?
Yeah. And the dirty hair that always looked like it was supposed to be washed.
But, you know, you're making a great point, and that is that there is no competition between Nia and Kendall.
No,
they're not going to be doing the same music, and we have some producers in the studio. We can ask that
And the Dance Moms fans are going to watch both videos a million times.
They're a million times. They're going to support both of them.
They're going to buy the albums. They're going to buy the songs.
It's all going to be great.
So speaking of the girls not being in competition, the mamas are in competition. Jill and Holly are in competition, and we see that outside when Abby is sharing her new studio space with the girls, which should be a really happy, exciting moment. So she takes the girls in, and the moms kind of hash it out.
Yeah, someone very smart, production or Abby or someone said, let's leave the moms out here by themselves.
Yeah.
And maybe they can get to chatting a bit.
Something just happened.
Something's happening.
Jill, you're going to sit there on the couch.
Hi, honey.
Thank you so much for coming. So nice to meet you.
everybody sat down. We're gonna start getting some good info stuff out of these ladies.
We're still
so just stay with
the
us.
episode here.
We can just cut right to the competition.
Yeah. Oh no, it's the other way.
And we're just gonna get everybody set up, and then we're gonna get some juicy stuff out of these ladies.
I'm good. How are you? Nice to see you. Nice to meet you. You too.
Hi, Jill.
I love you. I love you. I'm so sorry we're late.
No, it's
I set off the fire alarm in the apartments. That's why I was baking. I made a cookie and they didn't have a pan to put in the oven, so I put it in the microwave. And smoke started turning.
Not a baker. Didn't learn that from her mother.
So I opened the door and the smoke alarms went off. So
It's okay. It
So we're in an
happens.
apartment complex, so they had to run 3 buildings down to find someone to say,
to turn it
"You
off.
baked a cookie," and the alarm.
It was literally one cookie.
Horrible.
I just made
Of course, I
a
wasn't
big
there. I've been
cookie.
interviews with Jill. If you want to pick up that,
You guys.
You just had a craving for
I did. I was like,
That's your
just chocolate
microphone, so
chip.
then everyone
Yes.
can
Just like, I want a
tell
cookie.
you the story.
Chocolate chip is
Oh, work, Mom.
There we go.
Oh,
Still good. Still
Jill, you
okay.
look like a pilot.
I have a pinhead.
Tony, when you
fantastic,
left
Jill.
and Kalani's dad had to be the announcer.
Oh, I know.
We were just like, you're horrible. We need Tony.
Oh, they really missed you, too.
I
We
know.
did.
I'm so I had to leave a day early, but we had so much fun.
So much fun.
They are so anxious to find out what happened in Australia, and I've been keeping everything under wraps until
pumping
the
'em.
episodes
Just pumping
aired.
'em.
Well, we had fun.
Oh my gosh,
We had a
so
good
much
time.
fun.
We had a good time.
And Tony, you brought a lot of flair to what we do. Yeah, it was great.
You want to
It
talk
was
about
great
someone?
having
You
you.
want to talk about someone bringing flair? Play Uptown Funk while Jill is in the room.
Oh, yeah,
Now that's
she
some
can get
flair.
funky.
That's some flair.
I want to know.
Yeah, let's not. Let's not.
Well,
All right, so we're in the middle of recapping
Finishing
the
up
episode,
the
and then we're gonna talk about Kendall K and her
Yes.
video and her song.
And just get to it,
Yeah,
right?
so-
do you, Kendall, actually want to introduce the other folks that are here?
Yes.
Because I'm sure everyone's wondering.
This is Nietzsche and Shan, and they are the ones who created this entire piece of music for me. They made it from scratch, and now I'm Kendall K.
They're the brains behind the
Yes.
beauty.
Does that mean they help with the name too?
Yeah, it's like 50-50 with Abby and all of the team, so.
Yeah.
You mean the name of the song?
Kendall K.
Kendall K.
Turn it into
Kendall
Kendall
K.
K.
Kendall K since the day she was born.
That is my real name.
Jill's the one to thank for that, right?
All right.
I mean, you know it's bad when I say Kendall K, get over here. So she's always Kendall K.
Right. So real quick, let's wrap up.
Let's take it from the competition real
Yeah.
quick and just talk about the solos.
Yes.
Yeah, or should we just get through it?
Let's plumb it in, and then we'll go to the music video.
Okay.
So that way we don't leave out the
Yeah.
reclap for you guys.
Okay, well, we've got JoJo and Kendall solo. They did very well. What did you think of
Thank
your
you.
solo?
Did you like your major?
Did you like it?
I liked it. The prop was really hard to use
Yeah, it was
because
hard.
it was really heavy, and actually that prop was supposed to be for my music video but then we switched themes.
Yeah.
So my mom ordered that a while ago, and Abby just said,
was
let's
it?
make it into a solo. So
Big major piece
Yeah.
of equipment.
Was it heavy?
it was really heavy, actually.
Yeah.
But I mean, it wasn't one of my favorite solos, but it was really fun to do.
Okay.
You know, I felt like the music. There was something. The music was. It was very like major drumline, but there was something that wasn't connecting with the dance and like the music. You know
Some
what I mean?
of the music on the show.
You know what? Can I just say, and I feel like I say this every single time these kids go on stage, but she had like a day and a half to learn that.
Yeah.
And I totally mean that with everything that was going on that
Yeah.
week. And
That was like the biggest week because I also had all the choreography. I had to learn my song, my music video,
Yeah.
and then I had the big prop and my solo, and it was just like way too much for me.
Yeah.
it's not too much. It's just so much.
Yeah.
And it's doable, but sometimes not in an hour.
Yeah.
You know, because you take 2 days and they don't get an hour at a time.
Yeah.
So maybe total an hour to learn that over 2 days.
Oh, wow.
You
That's
know,
stressful.
and you throw in a prop, and they always throw Kendall a prop, and
Yeah.
I
I'm
said
the
that
prop girl.
earlier.
You were just saying that. But you always have
gets
a
a
prop.
I'm like the prop girl.
but never quite
Next
as
is an
good
elephant.
as it could be if we just had a little more time.
Yeah.
You know, and I always feel like I say that, but I thought it was great. I thought she looked adorable.
Yeah. It was super.
I'd
cute.
rather,
But it could've
I guess
been
I
better.
should say this, I'd rather have a prop than a strap. straight jacket.
Yeah.
Oh my gosh.
Well, speaking of the straight
Speaking of
jacket,
the straight jacket, yeah, she did a great. JoJo did a great. She
really
didn't.
did.
I thought
She
she
didn't
did really
place,
good with it.
but I.
It was haunting.
Yeah.
which was surprising.
I was
that
very
she didn't
surprised she didn't place.
And I felt like because the competition
Was judged by kids.
like they didn't get it.
They didn't
You know
get
what I
it.
mean?
They
They were
didn't-
like-
I didn't get it when
Yeah.
Abby said it. I
They were
was
just probably like,
oh, cool.
she's crazy, and like decided not to place her.
How did
But
that
she
feel?
did really good.
How did that feel to have kids judging you? Did it feel
It was
different?
definitely different. We've never been to that competition before,
Mm-hmm.
and I didn't think that they'd be like a little bit older than me. I thought they'd be at least in like their teens.
At least
or
14.
yeah,
but they were like your
like
age.
older kids.
I don't think they were educated enough to be judging an entire competition because, I mean, a lot of people say we're professionals, but I mean, us kids on the show, we could never judge a competition. Abby yells at us every day that we need to know our terminology, we need to know technique-wise everything, and it was just different for us, but it was a new experience.
But see, I was telling them, I gave that a tidbit of Australia when
Which one?
when the competition, when you guys were judging.
That was
the
really
kids.
fun.
Like they did a really good job
Did
with
do.
that.
Well, they've had a really good teacher.
Yeah.
I mean,
And they were-
you know,
they were-
they listen and hear everything.
Yeah, they're
But
like,
she
your
tells them.
turns, they need to be, and your feet need to be. And I was just standing there like, they know what they're talking about.
Tony, they do.
They really do.
They do, but I still don't think kids are like prepared
Not
to
all
judge
kids.
No.
Yeah.
other kids.
They don't have
Yeah.
the
I don't know,
maturity
I
yet.
think that's hard.
Yeah.
But they did great on the group dance because it took first.
Yes.
Yeah.
Platinum.
Platinum.
Yeah,
the
that
CDs.
was beautiful.
It was.
That was crazy.
Well done.
That was crazy.
Did that headpiece hurt?
It didn't hurt, it was just really heavy for our heads.
Okay, I bet.
Because it was like CDs and branches and paint and glitter just all on
All
top of
over.
it.
Who makes
Glitter.
those?
Glitter.
Yeah.
Our makeup artist and her mom, they actually just
Whip it up.
they like go to stores, just buy things and then cut it
do it.
together.
And
And
make
you
it
see,
together.
we literally sew it into their hair.
Yes.
Kendall's like, it's falling off. I'm like, unless your hair falls out, it's not going anywhere.
Oh my God.
And I
Say that
loved,
every week.
I loved Kira when she was like, Platinum, that's why they have the CDs on their head. Now I get it.
Hello.
All right.
She
well,
had a blonde moment.
yeah. Let's get to the music video because that's what we're here to talk about.
So excited.
All right.
So take us like to the beginning of how the song came about,
Okay.
and then like go into the video. Like, how did you guys decide
Yeah,
on
let them talk.
on this song for Kendall?
So originally, Abby met with us and Jill and Holly and Nia and Kendall, and we all had an initial meeting and we talked about opportunities for the girls the first time you were in LA to work on some music together. And we had them do like a quick little audition with Shay on the piano. They
Genius on the piano.
Yeah.
He is. He's amazing.
I'm okay.
Mom.
Thank you.
He's like, I'm okay.
He's good.
And they totally blew us away. I mean, you expect that with a certain discipline as dancers that they're going to be able to pick things up so quickly, but I never thought that they would have like such powerful voices. Both of them are so talented. So she's like, nice. And so we immediately, I guess, spoke to Abby and we're like, we're very interested in working with both of the girls.
Yeah.
And then I guess you can kind of talk about how we developed her artist from there.
Yeah, for sure. That night we played a couple ideas, and one of the ideas was like the bare bones of what Wear 'Em Out was, and initially everyone was like, "Yeah, let's do that one."
Do you remember when we were all rocking out to it? I did.
And it was
Like,
the first one they played for us, and they had, like 10 songs
Yeah.
prepared for Nia and I.
Yeah, but they weren't songs. It was just
It was like
It was just
parts.
some of
like,
them
with
yeah,
no
so
words.
Yeah, it
more
depends.
music
Most
than-
of it's like a demos, and sometimes we come in with just a track idea. Sometimes he just comes in with an idea on the piano. We tailor everything to our artists and our clients to make sure that the artist is definitely a part of the songs that they're going to be involved with. And of course, we collaborate with Abby on the creative because
Yeah.
she's the executive producer on the project. And then we all come together as a creative team and kind of go from there.
Yeah.
And so with Kendall, we needed to make a smash right off the bat.
And we did it in like a day. We had like a day to write at least the
did.
song. So
Really?
yeah,
We
so we
had,
went to our studio, and this is after us having like a 4-hour meeting with Kendall and Abby and Nia and Holly, and us talking to Kendall and getting a vibe of what she wanted to do.
Yeah.
And then the idea just kind of came to us, and we wanted to give her something fun, something really upbeat and something where she could dance, and other girls could dance and just feel like really empowered before they go out to compete or anything.
So naturally, like a military beat, even like your solo, like you get to use the props, and we thought, oh God, it would be so great to have her just be controlling, like, the stage, and have you kind of be able to take over your own space, but also in a way be able to take over yourself as an artist, as a whole musical entity. So we really wanted to break out with something fun, but that adults also want to listen to, not just like a little kid's song. Something that's got a really wide market. Like for me, I would listen to Wear 'Em Out if it was Kendall.
My teachers actually listen to it in school during study hall.
Principal. So cute. And Kendall's uncle, my brother, who owns CrossFit gyms in Wisconsin, sent me a video of all these big muscle men working out at the gym to wear them out. It was the best.
That's awesome.
That's awesome.
No, I admit, like in Australia was the first time I heard it, and I was off to the wings. I was like, oh, okay.
It's a great workout song. There's such good energy behind it.
It's
Kendall, how do you feel when people are saying that they love listening to your song, and when you watch people bust a move to your song?
I mean, it's amazing that I have a single out, but it's even more amazing that I get to share my voice with all of my fans. Because usually before my single came out, people just thought of me as Kendall on Dance Moms, and now they can think of me as Kendall K and also a dancer. So I want to be a triple threat, sing, dance, and act. And right now, I just want to keep going with my voice and just want to make it there.
And we've had an opportunity this season to see you guys kind of spread your wings with like the acting workshop with Dallas Lovato and then the audition with Maddie B and had to sing. Well, I mean,
It's okay.
but it's like,
That crashed.
but it's been like, but we're starting to see different things and different avenues that you guys can do besides dance, and I think it's great.
And
that
that's
you guys
kind
are
of why we're
exploring
here in LA, just to get our voice out there, and also because I don't want to say this, but when the show's over, we're going to have to still be working. We can't just go back to dance class. We're going to have other things to do to get our name out there.
Smart. You're already thinking. Look at you.
It's not that you have to. It's that that's what you want.
Yes.
I mean, we were fortunate enough, and it fell in our
We
lap.
found them at the perfect time.
Well, these guys fell sort of in our lap. But I mean, when Kendall was 8 years old, we started on Dance Moms.
Yeah.
She was a baby.
Yeah.
And then
You had no idea what was going to happen.
Who knew? You know, in a couple years, she'd have 2 million Instagram followers and 500,000 Twitter followers, and people fell in love with these kids.
Yeah.
So,
They have.
and they're talented, and she's beautiful, and they're smart. So when you've got a couple things, and now we have this platform, and now we have these people all
My
working
team.
for us, your team. So it's great. I mean, she has such a bright future.
Yeah.
She does.
But who would have thought? I didn't think that when she was 8 years old.
Yeah.
I was taking her to dance class.
You just got in line to do this audition. You were like, well, let's just head on over there, Kendall, and see what happens.
I didn't
exactly
expect much. I was just like, oh, well, maybe I'm going to have an album or just a single. I was actually I don't even know what I was expecting when I was going to go into my first meeting. And
You mean with these guys?
Yes,
Yeah.
with them. And it was amazing. I got to sing a song with Shan on the piano, and I got to listen to Wear 'Em Out, which I didn't know that it was going to be Wear 'Em Out.
Your song.
Yes. So it was just an amazing experience.
And now there's a full album coming, is that right?
Yes. We still have to finish it, but I'm so excited for that to come out.
So, I know your song came out yesterday officially. Yeah. What has the feedback been like since? I'm sure a lot of people pre-ordered it before, but now that it's out, it's kind of been leaked out ever since. Like, what have people been saying? Like, what have you been reading?
I've been reading all of my comments on all of the posts, and people have actually been screenshotting like the pop charts and where I'm at, and everybody's just like been commenting on my pictures. I love your song. I've been putting it on replay. So that just makes me feel good about myself. And as a new artist, I'm just like, I'm actually doing something right.
Look at that. You being a new artist.
I think I'm an artist. I don't know yet.
You are an artist.
For sure.
And we're really excited for you, Kendall. So you talked about having a team before.
Yes.
And one thing that we were just talking about before you walked in was how on your video, too, that it seemed like you had a team. You had some of the girls
I'm
on
a
set.
squad.
You had Maddie.
Yes.
Tell us about and your sisters.
Peyton.
So tell us about who's there.
I always call her Peyton.
Peyton.
Peyton. Peyton.
Did you
Abby.
pick all those girls?
I kind of had to say, Abby asked me, she asked what dancers I would like, and I gave her a few names, but she was the one who made the right decision.
Maybe the final decision.
The final decision. She brought my sisters in, which my one sister danced, and my other sister kind of just acted in it.
Yeah.
And
'Cause
she
she's
brought
just
a couple girls.
They're drop dead gorgeous, her sisters.
She brought a couple girls from our dance studio back at home, and some of Kalani's friends dance in Arizona, so they got to fly in. Some of the boys I didn't know, but they were all amazing. I mean, I had the perfect video, and I couldn't ask for anything else.
So where did the concept of the video come from?
You guys came up with that with
Well,
Abby, right?
Did you guys?
It was
Yeah.
collaborative
It was
with
collaborative with
Abby,
Abby, yeah.
as everything that we do. So, she obviously has the final say as executive producer, but we did think it's a military theme song. It's always been kind of in our minds since day one to have it be a military themed
And thing with-
powerhouse kind of.
Yeah, and Abby has like such vision, so she's like, "There's gonna be gold, and they're gonna be doing
And
this."
she's like
and
glitter
they're-
on the
yeah.
drum.
Really
Yeah.
has-
Yeah.
Right in the
Isn't that the
opening.
coolest
Yeah,
shot?
that was cool.
And I love
Yeah.
glitter, Kendall does. But it was just like glitter bouncing, and
Yeah.
Moises was amazing doing flips, and it was just crazy.
Yeah.
And the helicopter, did you?
Yeah, the
that was my-
There's two of them. There are two helicopters.
We've talked about the
I mean, that's
helicopter.
major.
Yeah.
It was.
It
really
was
cool.
when I first got in the elevator, I was like, okay, so I'm just gonna stay here, right? I'm not gonna move. He turned it on, it actually was like sliding off the board. I'm just like, I'm gonna get out now. So the entire time I was really nervous, but I mean, that was obviously the first time dancing in a helicopter.
Yeah.
And I didn't
Bucket list.
expect the set to be an entire airplane hangar. I didn't even know what an airplane hangar was. I was just like, oh, so am I going to film it like in front of the airport or something like that? And I got there and I'm just like,
You're like, I'm gonna be in that.
oh, so I dance in that building?
Yeah.
Cool.
Overwhelming though, like, oh, all this is for me when you stepped on the set.
I almost like cried. I was just like,
So
this is for
excited.
me, and everybody who was working on it. I just couldn't thank them enough because they made it so easy for me. They told me exactly what I needed to do, and since it was my first experience with my music video, they helped me as much as they could, and it could be better.
And my favorite part of the video is the end. It was so
amazing.
beautifully done.
In the
With, like,
smoke?
Yes.
And then like you got
Very
to show
creative.
the
Kendall,
technique
tell them
and
how
all
many
that.
times you did that.
I probably did
She
that at
works
least
so
15 times.
Oh, wow.
But I mean, I got to dance, so that's what I love to do.
Yeah.
And it was for my music video, so
But it was your first shoot, and it was like you were just a pro every time. I was so impressed.
the fog actually,
God.
since it was, I don't even know, was it cement floor?
Well, it's an airplane hangar. So yeah, it's
So it was like
polished
it was like
floor.
polished
And
cement.
the fog machine, once you let it out,
It
then
gets watery.
It's like misty, and
Okay.
of course, then it hits the ground.
So
and it was like
I had to do
ice.
a couple takes
I think
because
she's-
I would slip, and
Okay.
I mean it wasn't that dangerous, but
Yeah.
I just had to do it a couple times
You just
because
had to
I'd
be
fall.
careful. But
Yeah.
It was like a 14-hour day total, right?
It was a pretty long day for me, but I mean I have to say this is the best day of my life.
So it didn't seem like long or work or 14.
No, actually, I probably looked at the clock once, and that was at lunchtime. I was like, I
That's
need
the
to
time I
eat.
always look at the clock too. I'm always
That's a
looking
good
for-
time to look at the clock.
Well, I'm sure you'll be producing a lot more music videos because there'll be more songs on the album.
Yes.
What can we expect from the album? Is it a lot like Wear 'Em Out?
I'm gonna let them talk about it because I don't want to say.
We gave Kendall a lot of range. So the glue is Kendall, and all the songs are from Kendall's vantage point. We wrote the songs with her catchphrases in mind, with the things that she says and her personality. But the songs aren't all, super similar. There's just a lot of range. She has some beautiful ballads.
Yeah, because Kendall can actually sing.
That's
I'm
important.
Very excited to have people hear her, because Wear 'Em Out is an upbeat song. It's that military thing. I'm really excited for people to actually be able to hear how great of a voice she actually has, because we're in lessons. Yeah, Kendall, come on, girl. And we've written some really great, even challenging, if you will, stuff for someone of your age to sing. And I don't think anyone's doing what Kendall's going to be doing on this album project right now. We're not going to write
I've
songs.
heard a couple.
Yeah.
I just can't stand it.
Yeah.
I'm so excited.
There's some beautiful songs on there. There's some more like fun, just jamming out songs. There's some girl power songs. It's a really wide range.
Every song has a totally different concept to it. They're all so unique in their own way, and that's what I'm mostly excited about, because I don't want to have just all these songs, different, but they will all sound alike.
Yeah.
That's why I'm excited for this album, because they're so different.
Yeah.
And we're creating a sound for Kendall K.
Exactly.
That's her sound.
Now Wear 'Em Out won't be on that album, correct?
Yes, it will.
Or will
Wear
it
'Em
be?
Out. We're debating on whether or not we actually. It won't be part of the 10 songs, if that's what you're asking. It would be an 11th song.
Is it going to be a secret bonus track that you have to fast forward in order to get to?
You have to buy the album.
There may be
and see.
something like that.
I love
There
that.
may be something
There may
like
be something
that.
like that.
Ooh.
That's
Maybe.
fun. That's fun. And
Yeah.
you know what? That's fun for kids. And, Kendall's target market might range, but mostly it's 10 to 12 to 14-year-old girls. So that's the fun stuff they look forward to.
Absolutely. And you have such a great relationship with your fans. It's really great to hear what you have to say, because they love you for you. That's the beauty of reality. They love Kendall for Kendall. So we really get to let Kendall shine as herself and as an artist. And that's what her fans have originally been drawn to anyway. And Abby, having you guys so disciplined is so major. Tony knows that.
He saw it firsthand.
It's such a major thing. It's a major part of them being industry professionals. All the girls are amazing, but Kendall can get in and do a
And
song
she,
in
no time, she's really
2 takes.
fast when she gets in the recording.
Wow.
like crazy. Like
Even
faster
in lessons,
than all the adults.
even in lessons, she picks up on
Even
all
in
the
lessons,
exercises
yeah.
really quickly.
You're
And she works really hard though. That's the thing. In her dance and her music, she just works really hard.
Yeah, people think that these girls are just handed things, but Kendall is
no.
Kendall works. Crazy on her music.
And they're probably all annoyed with
You
me
know it.
because every day I text
I know,
their
every
manager.
day she's asking you guys. I'm
And
leave them alone.
I'm like, okay, so
no.
am I gonna have a
Their
voice
house.
lesson today or tomorrow, or when can I have a voice lesson?
She's trying to get her schedule.
I am.
She's handling business right now.
Well,
She's
you guys are
handling it.
just
So
used to
good.
such an amazing schedule.
Yeah.
It's a very
And
hard
Jill is,
schedule,
too.
but
Very
Well,
demanding
she
schedule.
doesn't drive yet, so
That
she
we know
knows.
of,
So whatever
yeah.
she does, I
You do
would
too.
drive her. Yeah.
And you watch. You've spent so many years watching her talent develop. So what's it been like for you in the last couple of months as she's expanding into this album? What's it like?
Well, it's so great. Every parent is proud of their child, but I don't want to say I had no idea, but I never envisioned it. I always knew if that's what you want, Kay, you can do it.
Yeah.
If that's what you want, if that's whatever she wants, I feel she has the power and the drive to do. And I loved when she said, you know what, when we go to LA, I want to start singing. She's taken singing lessons back at Abby's studio at the ALDC. But it's nothing like these guys. This is the real deal. This is LA. That they've got a recording studio. They've got a team.
they made it happen.
They made it happen. But so did you, honey. And I never in a million
And
years.
Abby.
I knew if that's what you wanted, you could, but I didn't know.
Yeah.
You don't know.
Yeah, you don't.
It's like you lead a horse to water and you let them,
And
they'll
Abby
drink.
was-
whatever you want. The sky's the
Who
limit
brought me
for Kendall
to
right now.
this amazing team? She said, "Do you really want to do this? Do you want to have a singing career?" And I said, "Yes, I just want to start singing." And
When did that?
it's nice to do something different.
When did that ball really start rolling? Like, did it happen really quick? Like, once?
I mean, I was taking voice lessons here and there, and back in Pittsburgh, Abby told my voice teacher, she said, you're gonna start recording, and I was like, oh, cool. Where? When? So I got to LA, and Abby said, oh, you're gonna have a meeting with some people, producers, yes. And I went there, and it all just happened.
Okay, exciting.
Well, can you, maybe Jill would be better to answer this question. What is Abby's real role in Kendall's career? Is she the manager? Is she the EP?
Well,
what is her exact role in all this?
What I'm finding out, and I'm a Pittsburgh mom. I'm a mom from Pittsburgh.
Yeah.
I'm not LA. I'm not So I don't know. I'm learning as we go. But what I'm finding out is it takes a village to raise a singer, a dancer, an actress, whatever. So yes, Abby is Kendall's manager, but she does have other people too along the way. 4 years ago we had signed on with a different management company. So there are several people, and now her music team, but our name is under Abby. And because of the platform of Dance Moms, of course, everybody knows Kendall because of Abby. So I can't take that away from her. I mean, she is Kendall's manager, yes. But I don't know if Abby knows other venues. Abby knows dance. Abby found this team. She's working through the music. But I do believe you're going to need other people along the way if you want to build, if you want to get to where you want to be.
Now,
right?
But you're happy.
I don't know. I'm learning.
Yeah.
I mean,
And you're happy with your decision to stick with Abby and have her have a hand in all this?
And Kendall on the way in, she said, Mom, I have to say this. She's going to be mad at me. But you said, tell them what you told me the second we got in the car. And I said, I'm so glad. We haven't seen the show in 4 months.
Yeah.
Oh.
No, I'm sorry, not 4 months. About 6 weeks. I was going to say the last 4 or 5 episodes.
I got home last night just in time.
And we were home and we got to watch the show for the first time in, like I said, about 4 or 5 episodes.
I figured out that last night was when they were going to premiere or show a clip of my music video. And I was a little disappointed because they made me look like I wasn't supporting Nia with her music. And they showed that my mom, it acted like my mom didn't care about what Nia and Holly were doing and why they walked away from Abby. I 100% love Nia, and I want her to follow through with her entire music career. And we're both new artists now. We're both new to this. It's not the competition that they think it is.
And I wanted to allow you a chance, since you're here, to kind of address that, because last night's episode was really heavy about this competition between Kendall and Nia, and in my eyes I just feel like we shouldn't have that. Like, these are two girls who are venturing out into
it shouldn't come to this level, the kids, and it's not a competition. The girls are very different. We met our music team the exact same day Holly and Nia met.
Yeah, I was going to comment on that. I really think it's important for people to know that Abby did give both of the girls the same exact opportunity to work. And we love Nia as well. Like, I don't really barely know her. These girls have been friends since they're babies. But, we saw her. She's an incredible talent. She's clearly a beautiful girl. She's got an amazing career ahead of her. That was her decision, and
that was Holly's decision.
That's what I mean. Her mother's decision.
Not to stick with you guys.
Yeah, and that's
fine.
That's fine. We wish her well, but we wish Kendall well. Kendall's on our team.
Our
She's our client. She's Abby's client, and we work collaboratively with Abby. So, I want people to know though that Abby did give that same opportunity to Nia. I want to make it really clear because I hate that people are saying you don't support her and Abby doesn't support her.
And they say Abby doesn't care about me. And it's not
she
true.
was ready.
We know about our online people.
We actually we need to wrap soon, but we did want to talk about. We get a lot of feedback from our fans, your fans from the show, and talk about a lot about editing and this is spliced together and this isn't true. We were just kind of wondering how much of the show is kind of promoted.
Is it really this dramatic as what we see?
The editing is just
let me
not
say something.
That good.
It is dramatic because you have competition and you have parents, and now we've got other things, not just dance.
Yeah.
And we've got a production
Huge
team involved, and they want to create things. They want to create problems and drama. And I don't have a problem, and never will, and never did with Nia or Holly. But production created a problem there.
Yes.
You know, and they want, because we went with Abby, they want to cause this drama and make it a mistake that we went with Abby. And I think it's so wrong to do to Abby.
Yeah.
To do to anybody. So you know what? Holly made her decisions, but they're throwing things at Nia and Holly. And Nia is a great talent.
Yeah.
But Kendall's working hard for what she's getting, and she's working through it. And I think things are, they just really want to set Abby up and make it look like Kendall and I made the wrong decision. And I don't think that's right. I just don't think that's fair to do to a kid or to do to anybody.
What do you do when things are thrown at Kendall and the other girls like that aren't fair? Or
Well,
I mean, that's the name of the game, kind of,
The
right?
only thing you see is my mom sticking up for me. That's mostly what they show, but they edit it the wrong way because then they just, after my mom sticks up for me, then they just go straight to Abby and then Abby yells at me, but that's not really what happened.
Yeah, they cut it. They cut it to make it
they
look
edit
completely
things.
different.
That
And
isn't
they
really
create
happened.
things.
Okay.
Like so much isn't shown.
Right.
We film about 60 hours a week.
Wow. Okay.
Of film. Now that includes the weekend, the competition, and you see what 38 minutes. Of
Yes.
it.
Yeah.
So think of what they could get and create in that. In this,
I love this. We got some of the juiciest information at the very end.
Yes, we
We have to
Audience
wrap.
would love to hear Kendall sing live
Yes.
really quick.
Acapella.
Do you
Really quick.
mind?
Go girl.
Maybe a little ballad.
I'll just sing a little bit.
And then we'll go out.
Okay.
Do you have a keyboard?
We don't have a keyboard.
Okay, okay. Step on the stage, burn a hole in the floor, cause you know I run this place. Left, right, left, strike a pose, oh. Left, right, left, strike a pose, oh.
That was good.
Thanks.
So good.
I need a little warm up, but okay.
Well, we're going to continue to support you guys here
Thank
at the
you
show.
so much.
We will.
Always.
We really appreciate your support and understanding. You know, I get this is a
Mom, we
stepping
have to wrap
stone.
up.
That's all. It's a stepping stone. She's a dancer who can sing. So
Yes.
where she goes with it, we'll see.
Yes.
Thank you.
Well,
Let's
thank
wrap
you
it up.
guys.
Thank you.
Yes,
Thank you guys
thank
for
you
coming
so
in.
much for
Yeah.
coming, and thanks for joining us, AfterBuzzers.
Thank you guys. You guys know where to find us.
Yeah, you know where to find us.
And a special thank you to Jill, Kendall, Nietzsche, and Shayon. Django Productions. Thank you guys for so
thank
much
you
for
so
coming
much.
in. And shout out to Justin for making, and Abby, of course. Hi, Abby.
We're not on iTunes.
Yes.
See you
Thanks,
next
you guys.
week.
We'll see you next week.
From executive producers Maria Menounos, Kevin Undergaro, Phil Svitek, and the entire AfterBuzz TV staff, we would like to thank you for listening to the AfterBuzz TV network. To watch or listen to other after shows and post comments or questions, be sure to visit AfterBuzzTV.com. I'm Sir Richard Wentworth, and this has been a presentation of AfterBuzz TV.
Buzz you later.
The views expressed herein are those of the hosts only and do not necessarily reflect the views of AfterBuzz TV or its owners or principals.